computation of professional income in case of a lawyer. So if an assessee is a lawyer, then we will see how to compute his professional income. And we know the template. Computation of professional income is all the professional payments are to be deducted from total professional receipts. We will get professional income. So professional receipt எதெல்லாம் அப்படின்னு பிக் பண்ணி எடுத்து அதெல்லாம் ஆட் பண்ண போகிறோம். we will get total professional receipts. அதிலிருந்து professional payments டிடக்ட் பண்ணோம்னா we will get professional income. See the given question. From the following income and expenditure account of Mr. Z, a lawyer, ascertain his professional income for the current assessment year. See, on the income side, there are 3 items are given. One is legal fees. Of course, as a lawyer, he will get legal fees, and hence this legal fee of 40,000 is a professional income. Gift from client is also a professional income. Then rent from house property is not a professional receipt. இது income from house property heading la vara vendiya income, and hence this is to be ignored. So first ரெண்டு மட்டும் legal fees, gift from client மட்டும் தான் income எடுத்துக்க போகிறோம். legal fees 40,000 professional receipt எடுத்துக்கிறோம், and gift from client 20,000 is given in the question, whereas in the instruction other information they said gift from client include gift from his father rupees 4,000, and any gift received from his friends or relatives or parents are not professional receipt, and hence this 4,000 is excluded from 20,000. Only 16,000 is to be taken as professional receipt. So by adding these two, 40,000 and 16,000, the total professional receipt will become 56,000. Then come for the payment side. Rent of chamber is a professional payment. Salaries is a professional payment. Traveling expenses is a professional payment. Stamp papers and court fee stamps are professional payment. Household expenses is not a professional payment. It is his personal expenses, and hence it is to be ignored. Household property tax, this is also the expenses related to other head, and hence it is to be ignored. Donations 1,000 is also not a professional payment. Donation professional payment kadayadu. Any payment to donation or charity shall not be treated as professional payment. Okay, and surplus, it is to be ignored. Don't consider surplus in the income and expenditure statement. And opening and closing balance of cash in receipt and payment statement, அதெல்லாம் இக்னோர் பண்ணிடுங்க. That is irrelevant in computation of professional income. Then in other information they said stock of stamp paper at the end of the year is 200. So let we assume the books are maintained on cash basis, and hence the stock at the end can be ignored. Then donations are made to approved institution. Though it is to approved institution, donation paid by an assessee should not be treated as professional payment. So come for this professional calculation, professional payments. Salaries is to be taken as professional payment. Rent of chamber 4,500. Then telephone expenses and stamp paper 3,000. Only these are all the professional payments. By adding these two, the total professional payments comes 22,000, and which is to be reduced from total professional receipt of 56,000. Then the net professional income is 34,000. Hope you all understand how to compute professional income. Let's see and one more illustration problem. Yes, this is another problem given. See, in this problem you are asked to prepare you are asked to find the professional income of Mr. Pratap. Okay, and here receipt and payment statement is given, whereas in the earlier problem income and expenditure statement was given, and in this particular problem receipt and payment statement is given. So in the receipt and payment statement we can find the opening and closing balance of cash, and that is irrelevant in computation of professional income, and hence it is to be ignored. Opening cash balance, closing cash balance இருக்கும், அதை ignore பண்ணிடுங்க. சரி, come for the receipt side. Fees from client. So 3 different years of fees is being collected. So as per IT rule, the fees collected during the year is to be treated as professional income, whatever irrelevant of the year in which it belongs to. அது எந்த வருஷத்துக்குரிய இன்கமாக இருந்தாலும் எந்த வருஷம் ரிசீவ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்களோ அந்த வருஷம் அதை இன்கமாக எடுத்துக்கலாம். Then present from client 8,000 is also a professional receipt. Loan from bank for professional purpose, though it is for a professional purpose, loan is a capital receipt. It is to be written back by an assessee one day. It is not an income. இது வருமானம் கிடையாது. ஓகேவா? அதனால் 15,000 should not be taken. Then, so see the answer. Professional receipts, fees from client. So we can add all these three fees in of various years. வேறு வேறு வருடங்களுக்குரிய ஃபீஸை நம்ம எடுத்துக்கலாம் இன்கமாக. ஸோ டோட்டலாக 43,000 and one more in receipt is gift from client 8,000. By adding these two we will get 51,000. This is of total professional income. அதிலேருந்து professional payment less பண்ண போகிறோம். Let we see what are the payments given in the question. So typewriter is not a payment, it is a purchase of asset. But by using this computer for this year, we must provide a depreciation. Typewriter அப்படின்றது capital expenditure. ஸோ டைப்ரைட்டரோட வேல்யூவை போடக்கூடாது, ஆனால் அந்த டைப்ரைட்டருக்கு டெப்ரிசியேஷன் ப்ரொவைட் பண்ணணும். ஸோ ஐடி ஆக்ட் என்ன சொல்லுது? 15% இஸ் அ ரேட் ஆஃப் டெப்ரிசியேஷன் ஃபார் டைப்ரைட்டர். 8,000க்கு 15% டெப்ரிசியேஷன் கால்குலேட் பண்ணி போடணும். ஆஃபீஸ் எக்ஸ்பென்சஸ் இஸ் அ ப்ரொஃபஷனல் பேமெண்ட். சேலரி இஸ் அ ப்ரொஃபஷனல் பேமெண்ட். இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் ஆன் லோன், இதில் லோன் என்ன பர்பஸ்க்காக எடுத்திருக்காங்கன்னு கொடுத்துருக்கனால இந்த இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் ஆன் லோனை நம்ம ப்ரொஃபஷனல் பேமெண்ட்டாக எடுத்துக்கலாம். Then car expenses is also given. It is also a professional payment. Income tax is not a professional payment. Life insurance premium is not a professional payment. Income tax அவர் professional incomeக்காக மட்டும் பே பண்ணலை, all 5 heads of income கொண்டு தான் அவர் income tax pay பண்ண போகிறாரு. It should not be treated as an professional payment. Life insurance premium is also for his own life and hence it is a personal expenses. It should not be treated as a professional payment. Then rent for the chamber is a professional payment. So in additional information they said depreciation of car is rupees 5,000. So காருக்கு depreciation 5,000 அதையும் நம்ம ப்ரொவைட் பண்ணிக்க போகிறோம். இட் இஸ் அ நான் மானிட்டரி எக்ஸ்பென்சஸ், அதனால் அந்த ரிசிப்ட் அண்ட் பேமெண்ட்டில் வரல. ஸோ டெப்ரிசியேஷன் 5,000 யூஸ் பண்ணிக்க போகிறோம். கார் வாஸ் யூஸ்ட் ஃபார் 60% அஃபிஷியல் அண்ட் 40% ப்ரைவேட் பர்பஸ். ஸோ போர்ஷன் ஆஃப் த car is being like the purpose of using the car, portion is being for official and portion is for private அப்படின்னு இருந்ததுன்னா அஃபிஷியலுக்கு உரியதை மட்டும்தான் நம்ம ப்ரொஃபஷனல் பேமெண்ட்டாக எடுத்துக்கணும். அதனால் இந்த தகவல் இருந்துச்சுன்னா, இந்த இன்ஃபர்மேஷன்ஸ் இருந்துச்சுன்னா போத் கார் எக்ஸ்பென்சஸ் அண்ட் டெப்ரிசியேஷன் ரெண்டுத்துலையுமே அஃபிஷியல் பர்பஸ்க்கு யூஸ் பண்ண போர்ஷனை மட்டும்தான் ப்ரொஃபஷனல் பேமெண்ட்டாக எடுத்துக்கணும். ஓகே, லெட் வி see the solution. First one is depreciation on typewriter 8,000 into 15,000, 1,200. Official expenses, salary to staff, interest on loan, all these are professional payments. Then car expenses, the total car expenses is 5,000, whereas car is being used for profession is only 60%, and hence 60% of 5,000 will be treated as professional payment. Then depreciation on car, they said 5,000 is a depreciation on car, and for out of which 60% is a professional payment, 3,000. Rent of the chamber is 6,000. So the total professional payment is 31,200, and hence the professional income is 19,800. Hope you all understand computation of professional income in case of lawyer. Thank you for your patient listening.